Hey guys, how's it going? First thing I'd like to say before I say anything else is wow, it's been a long time since I made a video. I know what you're looking at here is not exactly what the title of the video says, but we'll get to that in just a minute here. But yeah, me and my wife had a kid, so that's why I haven't been on YouTube for a long time. So if you have kids, you know what that's all about. But today I decided make some time to make a video here. I've been itching to make a video for a long time. I've had a few chances to make videos, but just haven't gotten around to it. Nonetheless, let's get to the gun. As you can see here, I have my Ruger LCR out. Reason I have this out is kind of give you a reason and story behind my new gun purchase. Well, it's not a new gun. It's been with me for a while. It's still considered new, I'd say. I have something even newer coming up next, but that'll be the video after this. But first thing I would like to say is Ruger is awesome. This little gun here, the LCR, is an awesome gun. This is the 38 special version, by the way, but we're not going to get into that. I have a whole video on this gun already. It's great for carry. It's great for home protection. I do actually keep it next to my nightstand because I know that it's going to be dependable. It's gonna go off when I pull the trigger, no matter what. Excuse me. But it has its limitations. It's short barreled, so it's not going to be as accurate when it comes to long range shooting. And there's a lot of people that can shoot with these small guns. I myself, I just don't see the need to shoot a long distance with a smaller gun. Which brings me to what we're going to talk about today, what we're going to look at today. I decided to go with another Ruger revolver. Told myself I wanted a full-size revolver, and the first thing I wanted to get, the first one I actually thought about getting was a Uberti Colt clone, a single-action Army Colt clone. I ended up not getting it because it would have taken way too long for the dealer to get it in. It took, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks to get that gun in, so I decided to go with this. And what we have is another Ruger. It's my second Ruger. It is the... I'm drawing a blank, gosh. I'll get it. It's Ruger Blackhawk, duh. I should start the video over, but I don't care. Everyone has brain farts once in a while. It's like, I know my guns, but I just couldn't spit it out. But this is the 357 version. This is a single action revolver, 6.5-inch barrel. So much longer compared to this gun. So that's what I bought it for. I wanted a long barrel, not too long. I would have settled for 5.5-inch, but this is 6.5-inch. That's originally what I wanted, was a Colt clone that had a 5.5-inch barrel. I like the 5.5-inch barrels. I'm not a fan of the barrels that come up to here. It looks kind of goofy in my opinion. But this one, if I didn't mention already, is chambered in 357. We'll take a look at it real quick for safety. And that, by the way, is how you unload and load the gun. Is you spin it around, make sure they're all empty. Or if you're loading, of course, you'll pop each one in. So this gun is more of I'd say it's a slower gun. What I mean is that it's slower to load, it's slower to unload, it's slow to shoot, which is fine with me. It's what I wanted, why I wanted a cowboy gun, a single action revolver like this. This is more, I'd say, more modernized compared to the old Colt single action Armies. It's got the adjustable rear sights. I think it is, looks like elevation and windage. So it's got both. You can adjust it to the way that you like to shoot or the way it hits. There's your sight picture. Just line it up, just like any other sight, pretty much. A lot of people don't like black on black sights. It does kind of blend in depending on what you're shooting. So far, I don't mind. If it really does bother me, I'll just paint that orange or replace it. I think you can replace these sights pretty easily. I'm not sure how this one's set in there, but of course they do sell them. So 6.5-inch barrel, 6-shot, 357. I chose the 357 because you can shoot 38s, which are a little bit cheaper, and 357 by itself is cheaper than the 45 long coat, which is what my gun shop had in stock when I went in there to pick this up. 45 coat, probably a nice shooting load, but it's terribly expensive. My gun shop carries the cowboy action loads or whatever, and they run about $30 for just a regular 50 round box. I'm sorry, the price of the gun is no big issue. The price of the ammo is. It's one of those things where if I buy a gun where I can shoot more often, so I chose 357 because I can shoot 38 if I'm really kind of on a budget. I prefer to shoot 357 if I can get my hands on them, which I can pretty cheaply, about $20. So, $10 less per box. That's why I went with the 357. So, but yeah, overall pretty nice gun. If you're not familiar with single action revolvers, you have to cock the hammer every time you shoot it. Pull the trigger. Double check here. Yep. So it's going to have a really light trigger pull every time, and this one does. It's just really fun to go out shooting and cock that back and just concentrate and boom. What else can I think of this? I like the fact that it's heavy. So even with more powerful 357 loads, it's not gonna kick up. And plus, I do enjoy the way it flips up when you shoot it. You feel kind of like you're in the West, like you're in the movie. It flips up and stuff like that. This is pretty much all metal. I think this part's polymer. It does feel like it's plastic. I could be wrong. It does feel plastic here as well. Nonetheless, it's pretty much all metal, which is nice. If you're not familiar, that's the way you load them. If I didn't say it already, I tend to say things twice sometimes. But I know some of the younger kids. I'm talking real younger kids. I'm almost 30 myself, so I'm kind of close to middle aged. I hate saying that, but I am. I still got a couple more 10, 15 years to go, though. I'm talking young kids, maybe like 14, 15-year-olds. They're not really used to seeing this gun other than the Westerns. They're not. I've seen a lot of people show off their single action revolvers, and you can tell the younger, less experienced gun people like, oh, my dad's revolvers, his cylinder swings out. Well, that's because it's different. This is a different setup than this guy here. This is a double action gun. It swings out, so that's a little different from some people, younger people. But for me, I love it. I love the fact that you load it, one round at a time. You unload it. It's just kind of a relaxing shooting gun. You take your time shooting this thing. So that's about it. This is showing off the new toy. Try to get it in frame here all the way. I have to shoot this more. I've only taken it out once. I haven't put a full 50 rounds through it yet, but I got plenty of time to do that. Oh, it takes apart pretty simply. You just pull this pin out. Pull it out. Take this loading gate open. Take the cylinder out. I'm not going to do it right now because these sometimes are a little finicky putting it back together. You got to line it up just perfectly to get that pin back in. So that's about it. This is the Ruger Blackhawk in 357. It's fun to shoot, and I got to get it out more often. I got to get to the range. I haven't been in the range for a long time either. But that's all got to change pretty soon. So Anyways, I'll let you go. It's almost getting close to 10 minutes, so I don't want to bore you to death. Everyone take care. See ya.